Hey everybody. So finally hitting a point with my channel where I'm going to start doing some more slow reels. Let's see how we can do it. Today we've got this. This is the short intro for my Fortnite Cluck. This guy is was one of my Ross finds. Ross Burlington, one of those ones. There it is, Ross, $5.99. So, not going to say this is only worth $5.99, because I'm sure there's other people here, but it was only worth that to me. I've actually looked at purchasing this figure a few times. Kind of disappointed that Hasbro never brought out a Peels. They have a Potassius Peels, but I want just a regular Peels. I want a Banana Man. And Jazzwares had that. I think Jazzwares was who did that. Yeah. Hasbro, what are you doing? Regular Peely, please. I don't even play Fortnite. I'm trying to think if I've ever played Fortnite. It just was not the kind of game for me. But I love the goofiness of all of their toys and etc. This is part of Hasbro's line. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Hasbro just didn't know what to do with this or what. First problem, you're trying to sell $30 figures to parents who probably don't even like Fortnite to give to their kids. What are you doing? Because me being an adult, as much as I seem otherwise, I have no interest in spending $30 on a figure like this. A lot of times these were over-engineered to the point where things like this, where he can't stand. And in fact, I don't know what's going on with his leg. That's a little scary. Let's heat this guy up because he feels like he's super tight. See what else we got before we do that. Let's see. Mega J in the background. I was just watching this video. We got an egg backpack that cannot open up. So this is a giant chunk of plastic that cannot open up. At least as far as I can tell. Because you know what a chicken would have is some chicken to eat. The smiles on it. Perfect sense, right? Like, I don't want to harp on them too much, but the Jazzwares figures were relatively cheaper, and they had a few. They only had a few that were, I think, over 20 bucks. So, here's his chicken gun, whatever. I don't know what that is. And that's it. Looking at the back of the box, does not look like anything can go anywhere. It includes blah, blah, blah. There's no instructions. One of my big issues with Hasbro in general is that some of their stuff does not need instructions, but some of their stuff completely does. And one of the things is where things are supposed to go. I feel like they let us all down on that path. Let's heat this up. Probably don't need to heat these up. These legs are scaring me. Ugh. There we go. Knock everything over. Here is Cluck, as he is known. One thing I do like about these figures, and this is something that kind of needs to translate to every figure toy line, is that when there's a color cut, there is also a joint. So that's pretty smart to do. Wow, that thing's stinking. I don't know what the heck that's about. So, case in point, I can bend this far, but this is stuck. And I don't know why it's stuck. Literally really smells like something's burning. That's lovely. Probably gonna have to get a new one of those. And it was stuck. Look at that. So had to rip that to get that off. So let's grab wherever my knife went. Literally just had it 2 seconds ago. Hopefully I'm not sitting on it. Oh, there it is. Found it. Right there. I did that a couple weeks ago. Sat on a knife and didn't realize it. Luckily, it was on the other side of the knife. Very lucky there. So it looks like this just, I don't know, got glued or something in here. But this just shows you kind of, I've bought a few of these Fortnite figures, and they all kind of have the same issues with their stuff getting glued. They were kind of just, I feel like they're just thrown together. No cut there, which is fine. You'd assume that there would be one down here. This side has a boot cut. This has like the worst ankle I've ever felt, but that's better. That's way better. And there's like I don't know if that's supposed to turn or what, but I might have to glue that down because it's barely on. And completely unnecessary in that aspect. So we're going to twist this, and nope, that's, so here and here I have issues with the line already, so that's fun. I'm just going to glue those parts because it's not a problem, but I might put a pin in here just to keep him up because that's not a fun one. But yet again, they don't have any instructions telling you where articulation is, so it's kind of a guess. So luckily here's some articulation. For a $5 figure, I figured I'd give it a whack. We do have this weird like neck diaphragm. This video is turning into one that I'm not going to really have a short for. I was kind of wanting to do shorts on the ones that I don't have channels for in my thing. Twist, another diaphragm-y thing here. It's an okay figure, but there's a few things that are just not doing it for me. One of which is the fact that this joint right here isn't a joint. It's literally just supposed to be glued there, and mine was loose to begin with. This one was twisting, and I almost twisted it completely off because I figured that there would be a boot. There's a boot cut here. Why isn't there a boot cut here? That doesn't make sense. Very, very strange stuff going on in this line to begin with. The chicken can hold the pieces of chicken. This is a Fortnite thing, I'm sure, so I can't blame Hasbro for this one. But for a company that literally killed Jazzware's ability to bring out 6-inch figures of their own, I would like you to do better when you try to do these kind of things. If you're going to kill someone else's brand, please make yours better. I knew this was going to be super top heavy, but I was not expecting the amount of QC issues that I'm running into. So let's see if I can fix this. This went from, there we go. This has officially gone from a regular video to a repair video. Now I gotta figure out what I did with my super glue. Was I using it recently? I have a very specific kind of super glue that I like to use for these kind of deals. Here's another Fortnite figure. Now this is one of the earlier, I think this was an earlier one. This one I've not had too many issues with. I actually took and put the glow-in-the-dark Fwoosh skeleton skull on there. I'm taking the skulls from all those and putting them on a bunch of stuff because I love that they gave me like 50 skulls, and I'm going to use them for fun stuff. So, well, this is actually kind of annoying because I have like a bunch of stuff just all over the place here. I've been slowly taking everything and tossing it into a pile of cosplay equipment and then not, so I have to have 2 of everything, which is super annoying. But hey, there's my stuff to make capes, articulated capes. I apologize for my disorganization here. I'm really wondering what I did with that glue, because I just used it like a couple days ago. If I have to, I'll just use regular super glue. But I have this, it's like a hyper thin super glue, and it's real good for getting into like nooks and crannies and stuff. And I would prefer to use that. But, isn't it? Nope, that's some regular super glue though. We'll use that. Huh. Now I'm kind of confused as to what happened to that, because that's not something you want to accidentally walk into having spilt and all of your toys are glued together. That is some dangerous stuff. So what it is it's like, I won't say watered down, but it's extremely thin super glue that when you use it, it actually goes between. I'm just looking. I found it. It was in the first drawer I checked. So this stuff, this is amazing. Super fast, thin super glue. Instant adhesion, not so much. It'll adhere to your hands real good. Well, this is super glue gel, which I use on a lot of other figures. This is the cheap stuff, but it hardens pretty well. And then we've got this baking soda or powder. I can't remember which one. I think it's baking soda. This solidifies a lot of stuff real quick. So let's grab this. This should work. I don't know what I want to make sure that wasn't some other kind of glue that was going to react with this. So we're going to take this guy's leg here. So if you see, this part is not supposed to spin. And this part is also messed up. This was messed up out of factory. I did this one. Just gonna get that there. So what this stuff does, and if you're using this, watch out. It is... there. So I just dabbed a little bit on there. We're going to give it a couple seconds for it to dry on its own. Then we're going to take a pinch of this this stuff. Put it on there. What I like to do is I'll then take a brush and brush the excess off. We're going to do a flip. Flip it over. Make sure that you have the leg elevated as well, because you don't want this stuff falling over. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. There we go. Oh, as it sticks to my freaking hand. Luckily, as I said, it does glue pretty darn quick. Take another pinch of this. Do a little sprinkle. And what's nice is that this stuff pretty much, it adheres really quick. But B, it's almost invisible. So now this leg is stuck. It is going nowhere. So I'm just gonna let I'm gonna give it some pressure. And then I'm gonna take my knife, and there is a little bit of excess that's on the front here. I'm gonna try to clean this off before it completely solidifies. All right. And then we'll just hit it with some super glue, or not super glue, some sandpaper once we're done. Let's try this side. Yeah, because this is going to fall off. It's almost completely off right now. So another thing you can do, is kind of, there we go. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. And I don't want it going down into the actual joint, because that would be bad. And I actually used to have a puffer for this, and I don't know what happened to it. My puffer disappeared. So, sprinkle it down. Let's get this out. Now, of course, this is now probably completely hardened. Yeah. Notice how well, can't see it. So breathe in. You don't want to suck in a bunch of super glue there, or what do you call it? Now we're going to do the other side. Same thing. Bam. We got it. Finding out this baking soda powder, look it up. Just Google it. I can't remember which one it is. It really does solidify these. And what's nice is that as long as you aim your stuff well, so it usually works. So there we go. We are clear. Kind of annoying that you have to do this to begin with. I'm just going to give it some pressure there. Nice. And let's give it some heat. Light heat. You don't want anything crazy. But we do want that super glue to harden nice and hard there. Now we'll avoid that one, but this one is solid. This one is going in nowhere. We did not hit any of the other joints, so that's always a good thing. This one's perfect. Perfect. So let's find some sandpaper. Got a pretty heavy, let's see what this is. P150, I don't know what this is. This is pretty good. We're not gonna need this anymore, so let's put this away. Sorry, I'm getting over a little illness. And the reason why I have to do this is because I unfortunately overdid the baking soda on this leg. Perfect. Looking pretty good. It will have a little bit of an annoying fuzz on it because you just did the sandpaper, but we're going to go over that in a second too. So we got two options when it comes to getting rid of that. One of which is just putting that same super glue right back on it. Oh yeah. Shouldn't have to do this for an action figure. Especially one that's supposed to be, I mean, technically geared for kids. I know adults do play Fortnite, but Let's be honest here. All right, so we got that, and I don't have any around me right now because I gotta find out where I put it. But the other option is to take floor polish. I used to use Future floor polish. Excuse me, getting gross over here. Future floor polish was wonderful. I don't know what it's called now. It's changed its name like 10 times since I purchased that bottle. One bottle of that stuff has lasted me 20 years. It does not go bad. So if you find that, I think it's Pledge makes it. Oh, sorry about that. That's annoying. I did not think this was going to be this long of a video. So next, so you can put the Future floor polish on there. This is solidified pretty darn good, so I'm not too worried about that anymore. So let's grab that, this guy. So, and then the problem with this is that I got to set it and forget it. I cannot keep going back to this. I have to just let it go and hope that it dries nice and clear. Because if I try to do anything after this starts drying, it's gonna not be good. Perfect. And then we'll just give it some heat. Main thing is do not let it touch those other joints. Stuff is the devil. Might have put a little too much on there. But that's why I'm heating it up. And it's a Fortnite figure, so it's like perfect for me to do some experimenting and fixing. Now, if I can find, I'll let this sit for a few. Now, if I can find a, this is becoming a long video for one that was going to be a short. Jeez. Having to fix your figures is always fun midstream. Put this away because this is the most dangerous substance on the planet. As I said, it is. I've had one figure get coated in this stuff, and you will say goodbye to that figure. You got to buy a new one. It's you can never fix that. It's kind of terrifying, actually. Okay. Now that we've got that, we can put this backpack on him. So the backpack makes it even more difficult to stand. That's why I didn't put it on before. It's also one of the annoyances is that you don't have any way to get this guy less top heavy. He just keeps getting more and more top heavy. So what we're going to do actually is use one of the bigger bases that I have. I have an extra Action Force base because they give you extra bases when it comes to the figures these days for Valaverse. I'm not buying too many more Valaverse figures. A lot of reasons for that, but for the most part, I'm just stick. A, I have no money. B, I got to stick with ones that really do it for me, and not. So this is on a stand. You can hear the dust still on there. This is on a stand, trying to hold it up, and it still won't hold up. Now, mind you, I fixed the two parts that were wobbly. Yeah, that's unacceptable. How is this supposed to stand on a shelf? It's literally wobbly on its own. I might actually try to put this into my freezer and see if that fixes it. Now, you can do a little bit of this. That does nothing. This figure has too heavy of a back. It's too top heavy. Everything about this is just ridiculous. I don't understand who thought that this was a good idea to make this figure without having some sort of an extra stand to keep it standing up. But this just shows you the mentality of the Hasbro team. They just wanted to chunk out some figures, I guess. I really like that one. I tried. I'm trying here, guys. This is slightly maddening. I wonder if I usually have not G.I. Joe, a He-Man stand around here somewhere, but it does not look like I do at the moment. Those He-Man stands might do it because the way that they work is a little different. Let's see if I can get it here. I got a regular size He-Man stand. I don't have the Masterverse, but maybe these feet are small enough. And that foot's small enough. So this is just going to show you right here. You have to lean him back, but he is standing up. So these kind of stands will work. Why didn't they just come with something like this just to make it so that it works? I don't know. Also, one of the ones where there's like an arm on the back will also probably work. I got to figure out where I'm going to put this guy. I might put him with my Toxic Avenger because I kind of wanted him to be like the chicken guy for that group. So he might be part of the Toxic Boys, the rotten egg of the sort. I don't know. Hope you enjoyed this rant video / fixing of a figure that I shouldn't have had to fix. Please like, subscribe, comment. Till next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. These are toys.